What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. All right. In this video, this is basically your weekly update. Okay, this is your weekly what the fuck is going on video. Okay. It's Tuesday. We are back at the fire pit. All right. I'm on the opposite side than I have been videoing. So the house is behind me. So you see there. All right. So yeah, we're going to be talking about what's going on with the administration, what's going on with the war, what's going on here locally, or domestically. It just keeps falling apart. Everything is going to shit. Everything is Trump is everything he touches dies. Everything he touches completely goes to shit, and it's just. It's no longer even a joke anymore. Like it's like pathetic at this point. Everything is pathetic at this point. So we're going to talk about what's going on here. So thank you very much for joining me. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Links and stuff are in the description. I've updated all the links because I found some links were not quite right or whatever in a couple of places. So everything's been updated because I also have a new merch store. Okay, so you can check out the other channels in the description. This channel, the other channels that I have, check them out if you would like to. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the good stuff on them. If you Patreon, you can check out that as well. I updated all the links and stuff for there as well. And I've done some stuff there, so check that out if you want to go further in subscribing over there to help further support this channel or any of the other channels. And then again, a merch store, check that out. There's a link in the description for that, where I've got shirts and stuff up available for all the channels. So check that out. It's at pinkinnovations.com/collections/JMD merch. That's my my girlfriend's business, her website. She's actually the one that makes the shirts. Even if you don't want to get something of mine from that merch collection, check out the rest of her site. That would be amazing. And get something, because she does all kinds of custom stuff. So even if you don't want mine, but you do want a custom something done or whatever, check it out. Go check it out. But anyway, that would be amazing. All right, so let's get on to this. Oh, and if you're returning, I almost forgot. If you're returning, you're freaking amazing. Keep coming back. Because you're what makes JMD Nation, you're what makes all this continue going. So what's going on? Chaos. That's what's going on. Over the past weekend, we have, okay, as far as the war, all right. We've been supposed to, for the past couple weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks or so, it's all been about the deal is getting better. We're getting closer. It's 80%, 85%, 90, 95%. We're almost there. It's just a few little ticks that we got to work out, and everything's good, blah blah blah. But then every time you actually ask and figure out what is still the sticking points, what's going on, it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over again. The nuclear dust and nuclear program in the Strait of Hormuz. There's the same things, the same sticking points that's been going on for weeks now, when we've been in this stalemate, and nothing is coming of it, because we continue to ask for ridiculous things that Iran is never going to agree to, and so it's going nowhere. Nothing is going anywhere. And then on top of that, there's still skirmishes going back and forth. Trump has been stating for weeks, or for actually a couple months now, damn near, almost since the beginning of everything going on, that, oh, we've destroyed everything. They have no capabilities. We've destroyed their Navy. We've destroyed their Air Force or whatever. We've destroyed their ability to, their anti-air defenses and all this stuff. They can't do anything. We can just fly all over them and everything. This weekend, once again, the U.S. had a drone shot down by Iran, where we were flying over Iranian space for whatever reason, and Iran shot it down, and then turned around and did a attack on a military base, U.S. base in Kuwait. I'm assuming because that's where the drone was originated from. I can only assume why they would choose that. Which is, I think, was what a previous one was done. And then the U.S. turned around and strategically shot again some targets and stuff. And this has been the back and forth, which is, of course, thrown up. It's the same thing that happened last weekend. Happened again this weekend. It's just a weekend to weekend thing that keeps happening. And of course, it threw up the whole, is this the end of the ceasefire? Is this over? Of course, they all said, no, this is nothing to do. This is just what happens. We know it's no ceasefire change. We're still working out the deal. Blah 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 blah. But then in walks Israel. Okay. The problem with this whole entire thing, Israel has been the problem from the get-go. All right. And their expansionism into Lebanon, even into Gaza. Netanyahu's coming out all this weekend in personal videos, and also in these conference things that has been coming out, where Netanyahu is stating on two different things here. Gaza, for instance. Gaza, in a conference thing, he's talking about how, we're working out things there. We're taking over areas. I mean, they've put up all these major ass outposts, military posts all over up and down the line. He was like, we've got 50%, and now and I've already ordered for us to take 60% of the territory. And then the next thing is going to be, and he got kind of interrupted by people in the audience, and they were like 100%, 100%. Oh, and he's like, whoa, wait a minute. He's like, hold up, we got to go in order, y'all. We got to go in order. It was 50%, now it's 60%. The next one's going to be 70%. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Just wait. Basically revealing that the whole idea which we've been talking about from the get-go, is the idea to take Gaza completely. Trump put this board of peace in place that was supposed to work out security measures and supposed to work out this team of taking, of securing Gaza, and kind of being the pullback of Israel from these areas. And that was the idea, for them to comply to this other, entity was going to take over Gaza and help with the rebuild and all this, for Israel to back out and Israel to lessen their, placement in Gaza. But instead, the exact opposite is happening. Israel is taking over more and more and more, and their intent is to take over the entirety of Gaza. And as they're doing so, they are leveling the place. Bulldozers completely leveling buildings, clearing of areas. I mean, it is wild looking at pictures now of before and after, where literally everything is just flattened. Okay, they are erasing Gaza from the maps. Okay. It is full-on genocide, ethnic cleansing. At this point, hold on. Let me hold that thought for a second, because I'm not done. Let me hold that thought. But not only are they doing this in Gaza, and we know the continuous stuff that they're doing in the West Bank, continuously annexing and taking over land, that's not ending either. But then they turn around in Lebanon. They are continuing to take and attack areas all throughout Lebanon, southern Lebanon. The idea was that they were going to go no further than the Litani River, but now they have expanded past that, and they have taken what they are considering a strategic location, this massive like hill mountainous thing or whatever in southern Lebanon with a castle on top, very much a like pinnacle spot in Lebanon that the local people like, you know, historic place. And Israel takes that castle, planting their Israeli flag on top of it, to basically, this is Lebanese territory. This is Lebanon, a sovereign nation, and Israel is taking land, planting their flag as if they are in ownership of said land and in control of said land, forcibly pushing people out. Over 1 million people have been pushed out of southern Lebanon and are, you know, displaced, and more being displaced every day. And if that wasn't enough, apparently there were plans for them to push all the way up into southern Beirut, to the suburbs of southern Beirut, the capital of Lebanon. Okay? You had Ben Gvir out there, the security, you know, asshole, murderous, genocidal lunatic of Israel, out there stating to take and level the southern suburbs of Beirut. And even stating that you can thank Donald Trump for this, that he is allowing them to do so. I'm Israel is so insane and out of control. It is mind-blowing that anybody is in support of this lunatic, out of control, rogue nation at this point. My thought a minute ago, okay, I'm at this point willing to say that Israel may actually be worse than Nazi Germany. I'm not even lying. And the reason why I'm saying this is that while, yes, they haven't like completely killed and destroyed as many people yet, the idea of the way that they are genociding and ethnically cleansing and eradicating and spreading themselves is in this sort of not even really silent, but somehow it goes silent in a way that the amount of pushback that immediately happened on Germany is not happening right now. Like the literal world war was started over Germany's genocidal intents and their expansionism that they were trying to do. That's not happening against Israel. Israel has infiltrated its ideology and people all throughout all these different countries and governments and influence, that nobody is willing to push back against them. They are, in my opinion, at this point, Nazi Germany 2.0, like a more advanced version. And if they are not stopped, if they are not put in place and pulled back on, they could wind up being even more successful than to the success that Nazi Germany was, that Hitler was. Netanyahu is Hitler 2.0, like literally probably a better version of him. And these people are getting away with this shit. And that's probably controversial to say. Y'all might want to cancel me. Y'all might want to go, oh, this dude has lost his fucking mind, to say that Netanyahu could be worse than Hitler, that Israel could be worse than Germany. I mean, prove me wrong. Convince me. Change my mind that they are not that they are don't have the possibility. They don't have the motivations or the possibility, if not stopped, if not intervened, to go further than Hitler and Germany did. Like, that's my point. That's my point. Because at this point, there has relatively been no pushback whatsoever. I mean, you know, you've got the countries in the UN and stuff that, you know, condemn, oh, you shouldn't do that, bad Israel, you know, blah, blah, you know, oh yes, we'll charge them with, you know, these crimes, and if they show up in, you know, any of these countries, maybe we'll arrest them, blah blah blah. I mean, you know, but yeah, we're not really, you know, not really going to do anything, though. I mean, we can't really do anything. They do have the right to defend themselves. This fucking right to defend themselves argument is fucking insane at this point. It's absolutely fucking insane that phrase is still, to this day, being used to excuse Israel's actions. That it's still being thrown out there as like, look, yes, they have the right to defend themselves, but I mean, you just need to defend yourself in a more reasonable way. Don't be so bad. Be less bad. It's embarrassing. The world as we see it now is absolutely embarrassing. These powers and leadership all over, it's embarrassing. Now there are, you know, a few choice ones that are actually full on with their chest, you know, speaking out, but it's so few. It's so few. And I want to give them, you know, the credit. You know, yeah, that's amazing. But the ones that need to be doing that, need to be full on with their chest, condemning and actually, you know, the ones that could have the influence of action are just not doing that. And that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. So with all this talk of Israel making this effort to push even up to, you know, southern Beirut, Iran gets wind of this and put out a threat. Lebanon was supposed to be a part of this ceasefire, this totality of ceasefire. Everybody was supposed to stop. And it has been obvious from the get-go that Israel never stopped. Again, Israel is the you cease, we fire. Oh, we consider you a threat, so we have to defend ourselves from any threat that we possibly can argue as a threat or that we perceive as a threat. So we must actually act, and we must do these actions because it's in our defense and we have the right to defend ourselves. So yes, that's what this attack was. Not a no ceasefire literally fucking means ceasefire. Do not do any sort of attack. I don't give a fuck. Stop being a pansy ass pussy, acting like you're some victim that you can't even stop for 1 second to shoot a missile or to destroy a neighborhood or a village or whatever. Like, stop being a little bitch. So Iran puts out a threat that if Israel pursues to take over or go into Beirut or does any more attacks on Beirut, because Israel actually did drop missile attacks in southern Beirut also. I forgot about that. There was carpet bomb attacks across southern Beirut. Iran said, if you do this again, if we see any action again, then we will personally go back to attacking Israel. That the ceasefire is over. Talks are over. And we will go back to a full-fledged hot war. And this throws everybody into a panic. Throws Trump even into a panic, it would seem. To where he winds up having a call with Netanyahu yesterday morning. That reportedly from officials to Axios was, some heated ass conversation where Trump and Netanyahu were both throwing back explicitives to each other. But Trump basically saying because apparently Bibi was stating, yes, we are moving troops up to Beirut. We are going to attack Beirut, or blah, 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 blah. And Trump's reportedly said, you're fucking crazy. You would be in jail, in prison right now if it weren't for me. Everybody hates you, and everybody hates Israel. And I am been covering your ass. I am protecting your ass, or something to that extent. That in itself is so revealing. That Trump would be admitting that if it wasn't for what we have been doing to protect you and allowing what you're doing to continue these attacks, sort of low key, that the investigation against you would continue and you would be in prison at this point. So I am covering and saving your ass, and you need to chill out. Now some are taking this as he was so pissed off and heated and he's being big boss man and telling them what to do. But then there are others out there on CNN and stuff talking about how, oh well, actually they're more of a brotherly relationship, and while yes they throw stuff back at each other, it's not really, it's not really a punching thing. It's a hey bro, like, dude, chill out, man. We're gonna get it done, but just, dude, you can't do it that way, man. Let me work some over here, man. Let me do my little thing over here. Just calm down, bro. You're going crazy. Just wait a minute, okay? We'll get there, but just wait a minute. Now, what version of it was actually what happened and went down? I mean, who's to fucking really know? Are they really like, brotherly loves that just, dude, chill out, bro. I got your back, but dude, you're going wild. Or is it, motherfucker, I said chill the fuck out. You're fucking this shit up. I don't know. Who's to really know? But then he turns around and throws on True Social that, I've had this wonderful conversation with BB, and I had a wonderful conversation with Hezbollah, and whatever troops were headed to Beirut have been pulled back. Hezbollah has agreed to not attack Israel anymore because, Hezbollah has been going ham on Israeli soldiers, apparently, all in southern Lebanon. casualties like crazy as well, even though that's like barely being reported and trying to be covered up. Hezbollah has actually been carrying out defensive measures against Israel, the IDF, even though they continue to progress and push further into Lebanon. And Bibi has assured me that they will stop their progression to Beirut, basically. So he's coming out here like he's the peacemaker in Lebanon and Israel. And that everything's good, ceasefire is still good, everybody calm down, we're all is well. And the negotiations are continuing. Even though Iran literally just stated, yeah, we're not talking anymore. This is bullshit. Absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Israel is once again blowing up negotiations, blowing up a ceasefire. Something that they continuously do over and over and over again, because they are genocidal, homicidal, crazy, rogue ass, out of control, imperialist, expansionist, Nazi fucking fascist regime. And nobody is really bold enough to truly put them in place, put them in their place, to truly go against them. There needs to be full-on sanctions, reprimands on Israel to the max. They need to have such pushback. They need to be completely broken down. There needs to be, if there's any country, I've already stated this before, if there's any country that needs a regime change, it's Israel. They are the problem with the Middle East, and they have been the problem for 70 years now. And the reason why they continue to be a problem is because of the West, because of our continued support and allowing them to do what they're doing for decades now. It's absurd. For allowing them to continuously go against international law of war, or respect for sovereignty or anything else, while they continue to drop missiles and bombs on territories during a ceasefire, it was even shown to be them to be using once again white phosphorus bombs in Lebanon. Attacks, missiles, something that is illegal to use, banned in the use of war because of its lethality and the harmful, unhealthy, unsafe conditions it can cause on people. I mean, like burning of skin. And Israel is continuing to use that in Lebanon. What they previously used in Gaza, they've already used it once before in Lebanon, and they're doing it again. The reports are showing it over. I mean, this is what Israel does. They do not care about international law. They do not care about humanity outside of themselves. They want the eradication of everybody around them so that they can continue to expand and make the greater Israel. They don't care how it's done. They want Iran wiped off the map so that they have no opposition, and everybody else, they think at that point, will just fall into place. Because the threat of Iran has really been the only thing that has prevented Israel from actually like dominating the Middle East. That's the reason why they are pushing so hard for regime change and like obliteration of Iran. And to those that act like no, they just want regime change. They don't want Iran, removed from the earth like they're doing Gaza. No. Because Iran would be strategic for them. They want to work with Iran. Bullshit. There are people within the Israeli government, Ben Gvir and all them, that have specifically spoken out of completely wiping Iran off the map. Just like they have talked about Gaza, just like they have talked about Hezbollah and Lebanon, just like they've annexed Syria already, just like they've talked about doing in the West Bank. They will continue. The idea is the greater Israel. The idea is expansionism. The idea is becoming the next great power. And being able to press their influence and their control globally. Do you want a genocidal, homicidal, out of control, rogue nation to have that type of influence globally? I mean, like, more than they already do? To have unfettered power and control of everybody? They need to be stopped. They need to be stopped. And that's where we sit right now. We sit with negotiations falling apart. Trump desperately trying to hold on to it to act like, he's winning or that he's going to get some sort of peace deal. Because everything else around him is also falling apart, which we'll talk to about in another video. The 250th and then other things like the World Cup. All these different things just completely falling apart around him. And this is the one thing he thought maybe he was going to maintain and be able to skirt some sort of win from. And it's falling apart. Because, again, he's allowing Israel to destroy as they always do. Wow, domestically, we have ICE Gestapo once again being violent against protesters. You're basically having a repeat of Minnesota from last November, December, and January, or whatever. You're basically having a repeat of that now happening in New Jersey. Luckily, at this point, nobody has been killed, or at least from what I've seen. But violent outbreaks are happening in New Jersey, where ICE is attacking what seems to be peaceful protesters, unarmed protesters. And it's getting crazy and chaotic again. And the crazy part, even on top of that, is that they just elected a new governor there, a Democrat governor, who they thought would be one to fight against and push back against this type of ICE invasion. And instead, she's kind of just throwing her hands up and not really doing anything. Absolutely ridiculous. The shallowness of even what's supposed to be democratic leadership, that we, people put a, probably limited but nevertheless trust in to at least somewhat do the right thing, and yet they fall every time. Absolutely insane. Everybody should be pissed off. Everybody should be losing their shit, quite frankly, over everything that's going on. The protesting and stuff, it's warranted. To pretend like it's not, to pretend and act like the anger of citizens is not normal, and it is evil, and is something that needs to be curtailed, to be labeled as anti-American and scum, traitors, just because they, we don't like to see our country being used inhumanely. We don't like to see people rounded up and thrown into concentration camps and be treated like complete shit, even if they are here illegally. Like, that's not what's supposed to happen. To, quite frankly, look like a growing mini Nazi Germany ourselves. I mean, that's not what's supposed to happen. That we're angry over this illegal war, and we're angry over the constant destruction of agencies and programs that were meant to help and the American people, and all these different things that this administration has done. The fact that we shouldn't be mad and upset, that Trump and this administration continues to do actions that look like a dictatorship, authoritarianism. Yeah, we shouldn't be mad at that. Come on. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Our First Amendment rights are literally being eroded away and removed. We at this point damn near don't have First Amendment rights. We can't speak without the threat of the administration, of DOJ, or of ICE, Gestapo, thugs threatening our existence, threatening our ability to protest, threatening our opinion, threatening with being arrested, and the book thrown at. I mean, it's ridiculous. Well, I even have personally have individuals telling me that, well, you know, you should just be silent. Why, you know, make a big thing? You're just throwing your opinions in front of people's faces, and you should just you should just you should just back off and just don't make people angry. Don't make people, you know, why are you trying to make people angry? I'm not trying to make people angry. I'm trying to defend the rights of people. I'm trying to protect the rights of people. I'm trying to defend and protect the idea that I would like to see America become. Compassion and caring and loving and actually bringing democratic freedom where anybody has and everybody has the right to exist and exist happy. That's what I fight for. That's what I press upon. And if that makes me a crazy, fanatical, like, controversial, dark, woke, whatever, America hating person, then whatever. Cancel me. I mean, please try to cancel me. Share this video, share me, share my content everywhere. I beg you, try to cancel me. I welcome it, because I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. I'm sick and tired of these rich, elite, evil fucking people having leadership and having control and having power and bleeding the rest of us dry. And who they don't bleed, they absolutely intend to destroy and wipe off the face of the earth. It's ridiculous. And I don't care if you think that my opinion is wrong, because I feel pretty confident that history will look back and agree with me more. And agree with people like me more. History will look back at this time and era pretty much like it looked back in World War II in Nazi Germany. That's how this moment is going to be remembered. We are living through history. I've said this before. We are living through history that will be remembered, and everybody needs to be deciding what side of that history you're going to actually be on. And I'm proud to be on the side that I am. And if you're on the other side, you're an evil piece of shit. And fuck you. Take that. If you like this content, join, subscribe, like, share. Please share. Again, I have merch now. If you want a ClearTalk shirt, or you want a JMD drummer shirt, or you want a JMD puzzle or JMDPLAY shirt, go check them out. All right. Again, pinkinnovations.com/collections/JMD merch. The link is in the description. Link is on any of the pages. The link is on Patreon. The link is everywhere. Check it out. And yeah. I did a video on it yesterday and put it on every one of the channels. So if you want information about it, look for that video. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of everything, of what I said, of everything going on. Let's have a discussion. Until next time, peace. ClearTalk. I'm out.